Hello YouTube fam. Remember about 3 months ago we started a discussion regarding organic grow bags. If you have not watched that video, I want you to take time out to look at that video because you understand better what we are going to talk about today. I'll still leave a link at the end of this video. But today we are going to be doing the part 2, more like a review of what we started, the experiment that we started about 3 months ago. We had said that organic grow bags, to a very large extent, seems to be a game changer in the future. We are going to look at the experiment we started and how far we have gone. So don't touch that dial. Let's go. When we started this experiment about 3 months ago, we had various set of organic bags. Remember that I told us that this bag is made from jute, and we talked about several other materials, but that one was for the first video. Today we are now looking at what has become of this experiment. Remember, we said the major advantage that the organic grow bag has over the inorganic grow bag is the fact that it is biodegradable, which is something that is very, very useful and helps to solve a major environmental problem that is caused by the inorganic bag. And we had said that it is important for us to start looking at how to develop organic grow bag. But then we started envisaging a drawback, the durability of this organic grow bag. Even though we need it to be biodegradable to be incorporated into the soil, the environment, and not causing any harm, how durable will it be for our crops, considering the period of time that we need those crops to grow? For example, I started with, of course, yams. These were planted about well over 3 months ago, getting to 4 months now. Now, look at the organic bag. Unfortunately, they started breaking and they are not going to actually last this season, basically. Now, if you see this one and this, they were, I told us in that video, they were doubled. Despite the doubling, you can still see that, of course, they are disintegrating, they are actually breaking down, not being able to carry the crop all through the season. This is a major disadvantage for this organic grow bag, because if you compare them with the inorganic, this is the inorganic, it's still relatively intact, still holding the soil. All right, this is it. But this one is already breaking down, even though we know that it is being incorporated into the soil, it's biodegradable, it's not causing any environmental pollution. How do we solve this major problem? We are going to be asking a lot of questions today, many of which I don't even have the answers. But I'm sure with time we'll get to find the answer, because we must solve these research problems. We want something that will be environmental friendly, but how durable will it be for our crops? A lot of questions have been raised as to what are the things we are going to start incorporating into these bags for us to be able to get the durability. Okay, for example, this particular bag now, the tubers, they've not really started coming out, but there is another one. Let me show us another one. Let's bring the camera closer. Let me show you one other one. Okay guys, now look at this. I had an organic bag here before now, but of course everything had been broken down, incorporated into, so I now had to go and look for mulch to be able to sustain the growing yams till the end of the season. For example, if we look in this bag, I planted some seed yams, and if you look at it, everything about this was just a single layer of bag. Everything has eventually broken down, and of course this is a developing tuber. This is a developing tuber, like you can see. Look at the rope going this way. I planted about 8 of them inside this particular sack, it. So you can see it's already exposed. The tuber is exposed. This is one of these. So I had to go and look for mulch to cover. Well, it's still part of the experiment. So this is another one. This is another developing tuber here. So the bag is completely broken down. So I had to go and look for a way to at least sustain this tubers till the end of the season. This was a single layer bag, completely gone before harvest. But if you look at the counterpart, they were both planted the same day. This potato leaves, they're just everywhere. Okay, let me just remove this so that we can see clearly. All right, now this is inorganic sack. If you can see, this is a tuber that's already growing. I actually planted it like a seed yam, but it's looking like a way yam now. It's very big. Starting from here, okay, the development of the tuber started from here, all down here. This is another one that was planted from the side of the bag. This is the developing tuber, is going down. As you can see, it's not broken down yet. This is another tuber that is ongoing. It's not broken down yet. It's still surviving. But this is the organic counterpart. It's all worn and it's all gone. So this is a disadvantage for me because the tubers here will not be as developed as the ones here, because this one can still carry it till term, so to speak, till harvest. But this one is gone. Even though I want something that is biodegradable, what about the durability? So as far as durability is concerned, the inorganic is still leading. From the experiment, we can see. Now, because I wanted to see if I can defeat the inorganic, I went ahead to double my organic bags. That's what we have here. Here, I doubled. This one that you are seeing here was doubled. But despite my doubling, you can see that it's still wearing away. In fact, it's still broken down. This one is almost completely gone like the first one, just that you are still having a few remnants over there. This one was doubled, and also finally this one we started with was also doubled. So what is the take home from this experiment? That this organic bag is not as durable as the inorganic bag. That's one thing we should take home. But let us do some analysis. Like I said, we need to start asking ourselves some questions. I'm going to raise some research questions here. If you look carefully, this bag, like I have said before in the previous video, it is not actually designed to plant any crop. It's made for another purpose. I just adapted it to experiment because I had no other option of an organic bag around my environment. Now, what if we start to look at those materials I've mentioned in the first video to actually design organic grow bags? What if we start looking at materials that we can incorporate into organic substances? Everything being biodegradable that we can use to make these grow bags. The grow bags that will enable us to start planting crops all around our compound, very close to us in small spaces, so that the issue of food insecurity can be solved. Now, you may not be a material scientist or a material engineer. You may not be an expert in designing this, but you are a stakeholder. You know why? Because you eat food. And you are watching me right now, you can help solve this problem. You can help try to provide answers to these questions that I'm raising. How are we going to make this organic bag such that they will be as durable as the inorganic one, whereas we are still retaining the advantage of it being biodegradable, thereby helping our environment in the future? I'm very, very certain that even if we don't find the answers now, let's take like 5 years, even 10 years from now, by then I'm sure we would have solved the problem. But who will solve this problem? It starts with you. By you sharing this video until it gets to the relevant stakeholder. I'm just an enthusiast that is trying to solve a problem here, and you can help me. The way we can go about it is that we should be thinking. A friend of mine suggested we could incorporate cornstarch and other stuff into this bag, and let's see how durable they can become. It's an area that is wide, fresh for research. So let's keep sharing this video until it gets to that material scientist, that tech person that can help really solve this problem. I'm very hopeful, and I want you to be, because you see this, we will solve it. Now the research has begun, but in the future we would have found the answer. And I hope that we'll get to remember that it all started from this my small lab. All right, in case you missed out on this whole gist, start with this video I'm going to show you now, so that from there you can develop the thought up to this extent. I'm glad you stayed till the end of this particular video. Thank you so much, and God bless.